Hey everyone, Brian here from Vintage Classic Specialist. Happy Saturday everyone. Hope everyone's weekend is off to a good start. It is time for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So as usual, recently Saturdays, the days that I work on my own cars, and had some momentum and been having a lot of fun here with my 52 Standard Splitwindow Beetle, so decided to just keep working on it today at least. And so did a bunch of stuff mostly related to the interior again. One of which was I went ahead and pulled out, at least for now, the back seats, which again have completely the wrong upholstery material on it, and they're not supposed to have piping. It's supposed to be a cardboard on the back of the back seat. It's just, they're all kind of wrong. Plus they're faded real bad. Anyway, those have to go. Have the correct material for them now. Here's the hair seat pads from Wolfsburg West. So bought those, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I'll probably have my upholstery guy start doing a little bit here and there on these. First thing actually I'll probably do, maybe even this week, one morning before I start work, is go ahead and remove all the upholstery from the back seat and of course the front seats, and then probably go ahead and have those powder coated, and then we can start the upholstery on them. So another thing I did related to upholstery was I removed the carpet back there in the luggage area. If you've heard me talk about this car before, the Standard, that area there, which is now bare, is supposed to be like a black cardboard type material. This car had carpet in it. It also had carpet, I talked about it last week, on the tunnel here going all the way from front to back, so that's gone now. And the correct rubber floor mat that on Standard just goes like that and stops basically at the shifter, so that's all correct now. The carpet up here is okay, headliner's okay, but yeah, the carpet, other than getting rid of the tunnel carpet and getting rid of this back here, the rest of it, as far as my research shows, is correct in that it would have carpet on the fender wells, likewise along the heater channels and stuff here. But yeah, anyway, so I went ahead and pulled that out as well in preparation for redoing that with the correct looking black cardboard. The other thing that I did was went ahead and pulled the doors apart. And the reason for that is that another thing, big deal actually, on these split windows that was incorrect, is it had the wrong door windows on it. And let me show you guys why that's important and very cool, no pun intended, on a split window to have the right ones. So let me talk a little bit first about the channels on these cars. So unlike later cars where you have basically the felt channel is like one piece and it pushes up into, you know, essentially the frame of the door there, and then, you know, basically on Zwitters, so late 52 into, well, for the rest of V-dubs, there's a felt channel that runs from the vent wing, which of course would be right here. Felt channel runs from there back and down, and for the most part it just like presses into the door itself. There is a separate piece down here that it presses into, but on split windows the way they worked was there's a piece like this that the rubber for essentially the felt channel goes into this, and then that whole assembly is covered in felt. So it's really kind of hard to explain, but it's super different than later cars where you basically just had a felt channel. On these you kind of like build your felt channel with this piece here, and then there's another piece that goes vertically like at the back of it here. In fact, here's one of them right here. So that's sort of along the back side of the door, and essentially it goes like that basically. So that's pretty much your felt channel. You like build those two pieces and those are your felt channels. Anyway, so what's unique about these split windows is that there's a notch in the window, which my car didn't have. It had the wrong glass in it. And essentially what you can do is you can roll the window down a little ways, and when you do, you expose this little slit here that's cut out, so you could allow for like a little bit of ventilation But, you know, again, there's no vent wings on these, so you can't just like crack open a vent wing if it's a little stuffy, but you don't want to let a lot of air in. So on these, what you would basically do would be you just open the window a little bit, and you would expose this cutout here in the front upper corner, and then that's your ventilation. Obviously, the windows roll down all the way if you want, but if you just want a little bit of air in here, then you'd roll them down to expose that. So the window, as you can see, has kind of a peculiar shape in it because it's going along, and then it's got this notch in it, and then it kind of continues like a regular window shape that you'd expect. So what that means, though, is that in order to roll up all the way, the window glass has to go through that felt channel assembly. And so that's why there's this big slot in the top of this thing. So basically you put the rubber, you know, essentially like U-channel in here, and then you cut open the center of it along this slit here. And what that allows to happen is when you roll the window up all the way, is that, I can do this here with one hand, is that basically the window glass itself extends above the felt channel assembly, and that way that notch that's in there is completely up into the window frame, so you can close off that little ventilation there. And so that's why these have these sort of tabs on the top to support the two sides of this channel, because again, the channel all the way to the back is, you know, essentially like split open, and then it rejoins up here kind of around the place where that notch is. So yeah, kind of a pain in the ass to work with, honestly, because you got to kind of build these things yourself as far as like putting the rubber in and then gluing the felt onto this like whole window channel assembly. But yeah, super neat split window thing. I think kind of unique to those cars. And so that's what I'm doing. I figure I'm already was pulling out the door panels anyway to go ahead and make new ones with the correct material. So at that point, might as well go ahead and kind of go all the way and put in the correct windows. So I did have a pair of correct windows that I got from a customer who somehow had a spare pair. And so I bought those from him, or I don't know, gave him credit for his project or whatever. And so yeah, I've had these for, I don't know, maybe a year now. It's been a while, just kind of sitting and waiting to be used. So here they are, pretty nice reproductions. They've got the Securit logo on them, which is probably not going to focus, so you'll have to take my word for it. You can kind of see it. Anyway, so yeah, guys, I'm very excited about that, because that's been one kind of major incorrect thing about this car that's bugged me that I really wanted to fix, is not having that little cool cutout there in the windows. So again, total pain in the ass to put these together and stuff, but gonna be big time worth it. So yeah, that was a pretty good portion of how I spent the day. Was basically the way these had been put together was they just had regular felt channel strips in them, like off, say, an oval window or a later car. And so with those, of course, which have like a, dig one out here. So those, of course, have like a metal, I don't know, spine in them, so to speak. So there's no way to really like cut these open to create a slit. And so, yeah, it had regular ones off like a later car in there. So there was really would have been no way to create that opening in those. And then the windows that were in the car, I don't know where these windows came from, but, you know, no slit. So there you go, right there. I don't know if these maybe were out of like a one-piece window kit, you know, like a cowlick one-piece window kit. I really don't know where these came from. I'm guessing they must have been from that. I think when this car was restored, which was quite some time ago, that maybe the reproduction notched split window glass probably wasn't available. And so I think the owner or the builder just used what was available, which were one-piece windows, and, you know, just put it together like that. Here we are all these years later, and, you know, this kind of stuff is available now. It's not cheap, but you can get it. And then likewise, all of the correct seals and stuff for this, all the stuff's available now, reasonably readily available. So you can do a more correct restoration now than you could back when this car was put together. So I believe, guys, that is all I have to talk about for today. So pretty good day on the split window here, and I guess I will see you all again on Monday. So thank you for watching. Bye.